Today's Whiskey Wednesday is brought to you by Augusta Distillery.
We're here at Augusta Distillery in Augusta, Kentucky, and today we're talking with the National Brand Ambassador for Augusta Distillery. So, Matt Groves, it's your responsibility to tell the story of Augusta Distillery.
Absolutely, and it's a fun one to tell.
It must be.
Yeah.
So tell us, why did they want to open a distillery here in Augusta, Kentucky? Because it's a small town.
Exactly. I think the bigger question is why not? I think we have everything that bourbon historians, bourbon enthusiasts were looking for before building a world-class distillery here, except for the bourbon, and now we've reached that point. But you have the history of the Ohio River Valley, which is steeped in bourbon history. Many people referring to the Ohio River itself as the original bourbon trail. Agriculturalists all around the valley, first making corn whiskeys and exporting them via flatboat down the river past Louisville, past Bardstown, past all of those cities that we associate with bourbon history in Kentucky and the bluegrass, before making its way on down to the Mississippi and then really making its way as an export throughout the rest of the world. So the history, the footprint, the foundation, literally and figuratively, was already here, considering the historical building we're in. What better place to start?
Yeah. Well, and you're qualified because you're from Augusta.
Depends on who you ask, really.
Well, you're from Augusta,
right.
And so this has to be something near and dear to your heart. What is it doing for the community?
Absolutely. Community, we've talked about bourbon uncompromised, right? The part that we might not mention is that being uncompromised also means sticking to our core values as a distillery, as a small business, which means philanthropy. It means supporting the community around us. $150,000 of donations to the Augusta Independent School District, which is where I'm an alumnus of. Projects with the Cincinnati Reds to rebuild, quite literally, the baseball diamond here in town so that kids can play outdoor sports year-round. We are steeped in giving and wanting to do good for our neighbors and with our neighbors.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the number of employees that you have, because that affects the local economy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right now, the second largest employer in Augusta, Kentucky, behind a local manufacturer. Augusta Distillery, previous life being F.A. Nider Company, a manufacturer in and of itself, and now we're manufacturing the best Kentucky bourbons in the world here with a team of 40 plus. Many of those local hires.
Nice.
Well, let's talk about this bourbon. How good is this bourbon?
It's the best in the world, right?
It is. Yeah. You've won several awards. Sure. Talk about that.
It's special. What it does for somebody like me who was a kid in Augusta, Kentucky, wants it validates our experience. It validates for us at the distillery that we know what the best bourbons in the world taste like. And when you go and find us around the world now, we can say, on your liquor store shelf, you can find the best bourbon in the world that comes from Augusta, Kentucky as well.
Wow. So how is it received? You say you travel all over the country. How are people receiving the bourbon? Right.
You have people who are familiar with the Andy Griffith Show, right? They're familiar with Mayberry. I get to preach that gospel. I get to talk to people about our Mayberry, our Augusta, Kentucky, our piece of bourbon and Ohio River Valley Americana that has the impact of a global economy, right? We are contributing to the global economy from a town of 1,100 people.
Yeah. Well, I think it's amazing. I mean, you have George Clooney from this community. You have Matt Groves,
right.
who apparently beat his basketball record.
Oh gosh, you would bring that up. Yes. I hope George doesn't see this.
We hope he does.
I'm far from a record holder, but I may have outscored him in high school basketball.
Okay.
So and now you have Augusta.
Yeah, now you have Augusta.
Yes.
So why should people come here and come to the distillery here?
It's bourbon and. I say that all the time when I'm traveling. It's more than just the bourbon, for sure. The bourbon's great. The bourbon's the best in the world, but it's bourbon and. It's bourbon and Main Street Americana. It's bourbon and supporting small businesses, supporting local students, cashing the ferry to travel back and forth from Augusta to Ohio. It's really special. So there is truly something for everybody, whether you're that bourbon enthusiast or the partner of a bourbon enthusiast. There's something for you as well.
Okay.
Well, we can attest to that.
Yes, we can.
I think we need another cheers.
I think so too.
Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome.
Today's Whiskey Wednesday was brought to you by Augusta Distillery.
All right, there you go. All the information for Augusta Distillery is on your screen.